You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCCW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Welcome to Chamber Chat. Chamber Chat is a morning radio show where we chat about the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce's upcoming events and members. I am one of your hosts, Courtney Galley, Director of Special Events.
And I'm Brian Bondi, President of the Chamber.
The Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber is a nonprofit 501c6 organization, is designated as a 3-star accredited chamber by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. The mission of the chamber is to strengthen the economic environment and quality of life in Montgomery County. The chamber is made up of more than 1,100 members and provides monthly member networking events, educational seminars, cost-effective marketing opportunities. The chamber has been in business for over 83 years. The purpose of this show is to inform listeners of the monthly events of the chamber and to promote our members. Each month, guests are brought on to talk about what is happening and get the inside scoop of what they do and about their company and how it makes it successful. I hope you have your cup of coffee because we have a great lineup this morning.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm excited. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Hard to believe it's another time to celebrate Independence Day.
Yes.
241st year. Just saying.
You did your research?
Well, I goofed up earlier and said it was 141st year, and somebody said, you're about 100 short on that. Okay.
Whoops.
241 and counting.
241, okay.
Yeah, put that number down. Don't forget it.
241 is the number. That's a lot of candles.
That's a lot of candles.
Yes.
A lot of hot air.
It is. So we are really not in the studio.
Well, but we want you people
Yes.
at home listening to think we are. So
Yes. Well, we could be in the morning.
we've got a great show.
We do.
We
have
really-
a lot. It's like packed in
It's
here.
like packed.
I know. I like it.
I mean, when we're live, we never have this many people.
No.
we should tape
we
delay
should
more
always
often.
pre-record.
That's
Yes.
a great idea. Well, let's dive in and
Yes.
introduce our guests, and let's start talking.
Yes. Go ahead. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, Conroe. My name is Brett Roloff with Costco Wholesale. I'm a business rep with Costco Wholesale.
Hi, my name's Veronica Figueroa, and I'm also a business rep with Costco.
All right, so tell us about the Costco business model. It's like one of the most famous business models in American business for its success. How does it work? I mean, those places are huge.
It is huge, and it can be overwhelming for people that have not shopped with Costco before. We are actually a true wholesaler, so that's one thing to keep in mind when shopping with Costco. And owning a Costco membership is all about value. We try to pack as much value as we can into your membership. So at Costco, you could do pretty much anything from rent a car, plan a vacation, buy a car, and even do your grocery shopping.
I also think part of our business model is our employees. So we really represent Costco. We live, we breathe. I mean, every part of our family is Costco. So I think that really plays a part in the quality that we give to our members as far as customer service.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I know we've all kind of had probably some kind of bad customer service experience. And we try to eliminate that as much as possible. So we instill that into our employees. And, you know, because they take such care of our employees, we in turn take care of our members.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We're actually off today. You know, it's 4th of July. Costco's closed.
That's
Employees
fantastic.
are actually still getting paid today.
Nice.
Congratulations for that.
That's great.
That doesn't happen very often.
It does not. We actually get paid holidays off, and works out great so everyone can be with their families. And
I mean, a lot of businesses today is just a regular work day, especially if you're in a retail trade.
Right.
So the fact that you, even as a wholesaler, are closed says a lot about your company.
well, a lot of people get upset because we actually have some different types of hours too. You know, we're not actually open as late as a lot of the other retailers and such. So on weekends we're closed by 6 or 6:30 because we want our people to be home with their families.
Nothing wrong
Right.
with that.
During the week we're open until 8:30, but we don't open until 10. So, you know, we have shorter work days, but that's because we want our employees to be home with their families and have more family time. It actually creates a happier work environment.
How many employees is at your Costco location?
I would say, what, about 200?
I believe it's actually closer to 240 or so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, but there's a lot going on there. A lot of people don't realize we have a tire center, a full bakery, a hearing aid department. We have an optician there. We have an optical department. We've got a meat department. Photo, pharmacy, a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm sure you guys get asked this all the time, but like, what are the most popular items that you guys sell at Costco? I mean, do you have it narrowed down? I mean, can you give me like the top 10 list or maybe the top 5 of what people buy the most of?
I think the most common thing that I hear that people say, "Oh, we love," is the hot dog. So if you haven't had a Costco hot dog, I mean, you can't beat it. $1.50, you get a hot dog.
Yeah.
And a refillable drink.
Yeah.
Ooh, lunchtime.
And we've had that same price for over 20 years now, and they just won't raise the price on that.
Well, we darn.
Believe it or not, we actually lose money in the food court.
Really?
But it's a service you provide because it helps your members enjoy their experience.
That is right.
Amazing.
That is right. You know, and you're asking about the most popular items. You know, a lot of people don't realize we're actually the top buyer and seller of wine in the world, top seller of toilet paper.
That was going to be one of my guesses.
That's
yeah,
right.
I was going to say toilet paper or paper towels.
Yeah. You know, and everybody needs toilet paper.
That's right.
For sure.
Right. And wine. Let's not forget about
Y'all
that.
do have a nice wine, and I'm not a big wine drinker, but I've been in there before. Y'all do have a nice little wine section there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've actually started expanding our beer selection as well.
Oh, I'll be there next week then.
So that'll be
looking
perfect.
for
Perfect for 4th of July, getting all those spirits going.
Yep.
There you go, spirits.
I just hope that they bought before today, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Yes. Or just celebrate after, too.
Or get ready for the
weekend.
weekend.
They'll be open the next day. So I want to go back to, you said something about vacation and cars.
Vacation and cars.
You can buy that at Costco?
You can. We actually, we do travel through Costco. You could actually rent a car through Costco. And buying cars, you know, in 2014, we're number 2 in the country in car sales.
Really?
What?
So that is true. We actually work with community partners. So, for example, if you're looking for a Chevrolet, we're going to send you to Buckaloo Chevrolet, where they have a salesman who's actually well-versed in Costco pricing, and you'll get a certain salesman to work with.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and the Costco travel, something new that just came up, we all kind of new training on it, is if you're an existing or would like to upgrade your membership to executive, any travel package, cruise, or rental car that you book through our Costco travel, you'll earn 2% back on that. So you're going to get cash rewards on that. So that's something that's brand new starting September 1st.
Excellent.
Like
even more reasons to become a member of Costco.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do y'all have any events or anything coming up that you want to tell our listeners about?
Wow, I'm glad you asked about that.
Good segue, right?
What a segue.
Right,
wow. That table's been set.
This isn't my first rodeo.
We do hold an event at Costco. It's the Networking Extravaganza. We do it twice a year. And the next one's going to be October 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. And this is for business professionals and community leaders throughout, you know, the area, whether it's Woodlands, Conroe, Spring, Willis. You know, you're invited to come down. This is a free event for you. Our main speaker is actually going to be Mattress Mac. We have Simon Sekira with Quadfest who will be there that day, and our own Steve Scott will also be speaking that night. But keep in mind, this is actually a true networking event, so we're actually encouraging people to mingle and to talk to one another. If there's a business or someone that you're wanting to meet and you see me there at the event, let me know, and I will introduce you to that person.
It's a great way to get everybody in one room because sometimes it's hard. You know, we all have really busy schedules, and so we've got, you know, great partnerships with Conroe Chamber. I know the Woodlands Chamber is also in on this as well, and some other, like Brett said, community partners. So it's a good. We'll feed you.
Hey, can't go wrong there.
Winner.
Yep.
It's definitely a great event. Please come out. This is going to be one of our biggest events yet. Every time we've done this event, actually, it's doubled.
So last one was in
last one was in March.
March.
We had 182 businesses show up to that one.
182 businesses, but over 300 people?
No, we don't actually have a real count on people.
Okay.
The way we've been kind of tracking it, because we don't do an actual RSVP, that's too much work for us.
Yeah. The more the merrier.
Yes.
That's right.
We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
We actually calculate it through the business cards.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Still, that's great. I mean,
Yeah, it
you
really
think,
is.
you know, at least a couple people probably.
A lot of people show up solo, but you do see some people bring in guests and other people with them from their business. So it ends up being quite a great mix.
Yeah. And the chamber will have some information about it getting closer to the
Absolutely.
event. So.
I think we're going to be one of the co-sponsors, if I'm not mistaken.
That is true.
Yeah.
We have the Conroe Chamber, the Woodlands Chamber. We have the Synergy Networking Group. We have the Woodlands Young Entrepreneurs Group sponsoring us.
Great.
We have some great media sponsors as well. So this one's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay,
awesome.
Remind listeners when it is again. I know it's early to talk about it, but get it on your schedule now, right?
Right.
Right, definitely. Don't forget about this. This is going to be great. It is October 12th, which is a Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m.
It's a
at
week
Costco.
after Lobster Fest, so you have a whole week to relax after
Right.
Lobster Fest.
That's right.
I don't know
So-
about it then, but we do.
I think I'm off the rest of that week, right?
Yeah, something like that.
But definitely come
Yes.
out. It'll be a great event.
We're looking forward to
Yes,
it.
we are.
We do have some special surprises, which we will not tell anyone about until they show up.
So we will have something up our sleeve. So.
I like it.
Once again, free event. You won't see anything passing around right now. You'll probably start
Yeah.
seeing flyers around July. And we'll also have some social media commercials that we're doing with some of our co-sponsors. So
Very
Good
good.
deal.
Yeah. Do you want to remind everybody like where they can find out more information about Costco?
Sure. So if you're looking for more information, you can contact either myself, Veronica, or Brett. The way you could do that is through, I think the best way is email.
email's probably the best way
Yeah.
to catch
So
us.
you could do, and now our emails are a little funky. So
I'm glad
can
you said that.
So prepare yourself. Get a pen and write it down.
That's right.
So our first one's W01189MK11@Costco.com. And then you can reach Brett at W01189MK08@Costco.com.
That's awesome. You
I
have
just
that
think
memorized.
that's some kind of code for
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
only going to these two.
If you
Yes.
break it down,
It makes sense.
It does?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
I want the
W-
inside information.
Okay, so W is our warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
0189 is our warehouse number.
That is 1189.
Oh, 1189.
Mm-hmm.
And then MK is marketing.
Okay.
And then we each have our own specialized number.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense.
Okay.
Awesome. If you didn't write that down, you can always call the chamber and
Yes.
we'll
We'll break it down
Yes,
for
we'll
Or
you.
you
give it
could
to
call
them.
the warehouse and just ask for us.
That's true.
And that works
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Using the phone. What a unique concept. Amazing.
Talking to somebody.
Now, just so you know, we probably will not be there when
Yeah.
you call. But you can ask for us. They will actually put you in touch with us, or you could leave a number there, and we'll call you right back.
Yeah.
Or if you're a business and you're looking to talk to us about what we can do for you, help you save time and money shopping with Costco, reach out to us.
There you go.
Great.
All right.
Anything else y'all want to let our listeners know about? Besides just what you've already told us, which is some awesome information.
We just want to be able to meet as many people as possible.
You bet.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just looking to build those business relationships, and it's not always about what I could do for you, but what we could do for each other. So
Beautiful. That's
Definitely.
awesome.
It's all about business relationships. And I'll throw this out there. First business that emails me and wants to set up a meeting with me, I will bring lunch to your office. We could have lunch.
Okay, the challenge is on.
That's right.
Present company included?
I don't think so, but we'll bring lunch out to you guys
nice
anytime.
try, nice try.
I'm just saying, at the chamber, we're always eating.
We're
at the
always
chamber.
looking for a
That's
free
right.
lunch.
But make sure you note that you heard it on the radio show here.
That's
There you
exactly
go.
right.
Lone
Heard 'em
Star
on
Community
Chamber Chat.
Radio on Chamber Chat. So,
Hey,
Well,
thanks
great.
very much for joining
yes,
us. We
thank
really
y'all for
appreciate
joining
it.
us.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
having us, especially on the 4th of July here.
Yes.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy
Happy
4th.
4th.
Yes.
And we'll be right back after this message.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio. Broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
And welcome back to Chamber Chat. We just finished up with our guest from Costco, and we have two other guests in the studio. Y'all want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Allie Stevens, Marketing Communications Director with Costa Child Advocates in Montgomery County. Hi, I'm Shannon Wilson, Development Director with CASA Child Advocates.
And former employer of Courtney Galley.
Somehow we both survived.
I knew she had a familiar face.
Maybe y'all two shouldn't have sat next to each other.
Oh, we're going to have some fun.
Some notes.
It's a 2-on-1 deal.
Yeah, I'm a little scared now.
No, you're good. You're fine. Welcome, ladies. We're glad to have you.
Thanks for having us.
So tell us what is going on. First of all, tell us what is CASA, because I don't think people necessarily know how incredibly valuable CASA is in our community.
Thank you. I agree with you. And, you know, we get everything from, is it a house? Is it a Mexican food restaurant? But the truth is, CASA is an acronym, and it stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. And what that means is that we're going to get involved in a case when children have been removed from their homes, either from abuse or neglect or some of both. And the court system is going to rely heavily on the recommendations from our volunteer advocates in terms of where that child or those children are going to be ultimately placed.
So the advocates are basically volunteers?
They are. And, you know, you talk about business models, our nonprofit model is unique in that our volunteer advocates are doing the heavy lifting. They're fulfilling the mission work. And we as staff members are there to support them, but they're the ones who are actually going to be going to court. They're going to be visiting the kids to see how they're doing throughout the court case, and then at the end of the court case make a recommendation to the judge on where they should end up.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And last year we had 236 volunteers that served 556 kids right here in Montgomery County. So, and we're actually have already exceeded that number for so far in 2017, and our program year is not even done yet. We I think we just hit that 600 number of kids. So
wow,
holy smokes!
It's kind of scary.
It is.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad in many respects.
Right.
But how does one go about becoming a volunteer advocate with CASA?
Well, the first step would be to come to one of our information sessions. That's where we, one of us on the staff would be there to kind of answer any questions, and we often bring in current advocates who can speak firsthand and
Makes
say,
sense.
here's what kind of case I've been working with. You know, every case is different. Every advocate's experience is different. But from those, we call them conversations with CASA, from those information sessions, prospective volunteers can learn enough to find out if this is something that they want to do. You know, and I often say this kind of volunteer work is not for sissies. You know, if you want an easy volunteer job, you can go read to a first grade class and feel really good that you made a difference. But the kind of difference that our advocates make is huge. I mean, you're changing someone's life.
Right.
And if you're looking for something that can have a deep and meaningful impact, then this is the place to be.
Yeah.
How difficult is it for someone to become a volunteer? Is there extensive training? I mean, are we talking about months and months, or is it done in one night?
Something in between. It's 30 hours of pre-service training.
30 hours.
And then, there's background check and fingerprinting and all of that kind of prerequisite. And we don't just throw the advocates in the deep end. We actually, something important to note is we don't assign the cases. The advocates get information about each case, and it just kind of generally describes the child, their age, where they're placed, and our advocates choose the case. They take a look at that listing, and something speaks to them, and they're able to choose their cases.
And the training is important because, as volunteers, they are actually appointed by the courts to serve as guardian ad litems for the child or children. So the training is, kind of an overlook at the legal system, the history of CASA, the minimum expectations that we expect of our volunteers, because this is, important work they're doing, and understand that they're going to be writing court reports and testifying before the judge, because they're going to know that child better than anyone else. They're the only stable presence in that child's life while they're in foster care. So, preparing them to go in front of the judge and know what to say and how to prepare a court report is important for them to feel comfortable in. So we want to make sure that we're providing the training and support that they're able to do that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Here was something that surprised me, in that our advocates, because they're court-ordered, and they have an actual court order in their hand, they have access to all the information with regard to that child, including medical records.
Wow.
They can go to the school and talk to the teacher, the counselor. So again, it's making that informed decision, because you are going to have a say in what's going to happen with that kid. And when Allie kind of mentioned, we are in grave need of more advocates because that intake is increasing. We're already over 600 this year. So it's relative to the county growing.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so all the needs of the county are growing along with it.
Right. And we actually have a class that we've added because of our urgent need. It's one that we didn't have on the schedule, but our training director has added it. It starts July 15th, so we still have plenty of time. If you're interested, contact one of us at CASA. We can get our information later, but there's time to get you in. So if this is something you're interested in, please let us know.
So if I went through the 30 hours of training and I get my first assignment from the court, is there somebody that's going to have my back because I'm kind of new at it and I don't want to mess up? How does somebody get eased into it with like another mentor or volunteer? Or how does that work to make sure that I stay confident with what I'm doing so that I keep volunteering going forward?
It's a great question. We get asked that a lot because there is a little bit of a hesitancy. This is something new and different. We have staff case supervisors who are going to kind of guide you through the process. And in that first year that you're an advocate, we're only going to allow you to take one case so that you can kind of ease into it. We also allow people to work a case as a couple. So let's say you and your wife or you and your coworker go through the training together and you're both trained advocates. You could take a case together. And some of our folks who are still in the workforce approach it that way, because then if let's say they have a big project at work that's keeping them really busy, then their coworker can cover the court appearance with them or for them. So there's really a lot of ways to make it work to fit your schedule.
Which is great because it seems a little intimidating.
It does.
You don't want to, be making the wrong decision for these children. So, yeah.
And so if you're sitting out there listening and you're wondering, how do I feel? Is that something that I could volunteer? Is it going to take up a lot of my time? After I do my training, give me an idea. There may or may not be a simple profile of about how long each advocacy takes, because I'm sure each child is different, but just kind of paint how that looks going forward.
I'm going to ask for an initial commitment of 1 year.
Okay.
So please commit to 1 year because that's how long the state has given CPS to determine what's in the best interest of the child, a year. It can go longer. There are some extenuating circumstances, but we're going to ask you for a commitment of a year. You can expect, we say on average, about 10 hours a month during the course of the case. At the beginning of the case, you're going to be doing some more, I guess it's like investigating, getting to know the child, getting to know teachers and counselors and all of that. So it may be a little more time in the beginning, but once things start to kind of even out and you get to know where the case is heading, it's less time. So, and you're going to know the court dates at the very beginning of the case. So you're kind of able to plan out, if you're working, do I need to take a day off of work, or if you're partnering with someone, can you handle this court date? So you're aware of those well in advance. So,
excellent.
Very good.
Go ahead.
So besides a need for volunteers, what other needs do you need from the community?
Well, we're always looking for new sources of funding, just like all the other nonprofits in the area. We have several events. We have a fun run coming up in October. We have a gala in February. We have a golf tournament in the spring. So all those kind of typical fundraising kinds of.
Right.
But, we have a lot of people who just are generous and want to give, because our need is really the training. Brian, you mentioned the extensive training that we provide. It's expensive.
Right. Absolutely.
So, both from a time standpoint and training materials. And so that's really the bulk of where we focus our fundraising efforts, is to fund those training needs. And it's everything. It's from corporate gifts to individual gifts to we have some grants that we apply for, and then also our events. So we have several sources, so we're not reliant on just one source of funds.
Right.
But we can always use more.
Yep.
So I think it's probably important to clarify that being a CASA advocate volunteer is not the same as being a foster parent. Because there are some that may think that this is one and the same, but it really isn't.
Not at all.
No, not at all. You know, foster parents, you're actually housing the youth while they're in foster care system. You're providing essential needs daily, and the child's living with you. As an advocate, you are visiting the child, and you are getting to know the other people in the child's life. But one of the aspects of that is also observing the child in that foster home. Is that a good placement? Does it seem like this placement is working out, or do I need to look at other options for where this child can go? So if it's, you are observing them in that foster home, but no, they're not coming home and living with you. You're not providing that you're not providing those needs, but you are looking out for their best interests and making sure that while they're in foster care, their needs are being met. And then ultimately, what is that permanent solution going to be at the end of the case?
Wow. Have there been instances where an advocate observed in a foster care setting and made recommendations to have the child move to a different foster care home?
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
And fostering is certainly another unique, I wouldn't say volunteer opportunity. That's a completely different world. That takes a unique kind of person that's able to do that as well. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, if an advocate sees that the relationship isn't good with the child and the foster parents, or it's just not working out, for a variety of reasons, they're there to look out for that child's best interest, and they will make a recommendation. Usually with CPS, they're kind of working along with their CPS caseworker, but making a recommendation to the judge that placement be changed.
So with the July 15th date, that's 11 days from today, tell the listeners say they're curious, and if they come to that, what are they going to hear? What's going to pique them to go on and become CASA advocates?
Well, at that point, correct me if I'm wrong, but the July 15th date is the start of the new training.
Yes. Okay.
So if they're interested, they need to get in touch with us sooner rather than later to start the whole application process to be qualified for the training.
Okay.
Our website is CASA Speaks for Kids, and it's the number 4.
Okay.
CASASpeaksforkids.com.
Okay.
And all the information that they would need can be found on our website. I think the top tab says volunteer.
Right.
And then they can just go from there and find out what they need to know.
Exactly.
Just real quick, give me some feedback of comments that you've heard from volunteers after they've either been with a child or been in a case and finished it. Are there any comments that you hear that just fuels the passion even further?
Mm-hmm. In fact, I got an email just over the weekend, because again, we've been actively looking for new volunteers and posting on all of our Nextdoor apps and all of our websites, and I got an email over the weekend that said basically that being a CASA advocate had changed her life.
Oh my.
Changed her life. So not even talking about the child's life, but had changed
her life. Yeah.
I was at a recruiting event last week when I was talking to several new or prospects, and one of the women said, "I think this is just the thing that my retirement needs."
How about that?
So we hear anecdotally all the time. I'm sure you've heard many, Allie, as well.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I think that's one thing that we hear from advocates. They came into it thinking, I'm going to help these children, and they didn't realize what they were going to get in return
from it.
And just the heart-filling responsibility of it. But then once a case is closed and they've made a difference in the life of a child, what they get back from it too. So I think that's something that they didn't expect, but we've heard that time and time again too.
That's awesome.
That's great.
So how can people get in touch with you? Best way.
Pardon?
Best way to get in touch with you.
Best way is to go to our website, CASASpeaksForKids.com. I think all of our contact information is on there. Again, I'm Shannon Wilson, Director of Development, and my colleague, Allie Stevens, is here. And
our emails are a lot easier. Shannon's just Shannon, and I'm just Allie, and it's at CASASpeaksFor4Kids.com. So you can get hold of us either way.
If not, call the chamber. We'll get you that information.
Yes.
Absolutely, because we're here to help as well.
That's right.
So if I could get a little cheesy for a minute.
Sure.
I saw the movie Wonder Woman over the weekend.
Yeah?
And there was this amazing quote that I think just fits perfectly with this conversation.
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to quote it exactly, so bear with me. I'll paraphrase.
Shannon's going to paraphrase this, folks.
I'll be paraphrasing, but something along the lines of, my father told me that if you ever see anything wrong in the world, you have a choice. You can do something or you can do nothing. And we're choosing to do something.
Oh, my gosh.
How perfect is that?
Yeah. It really struck home with me.
You bet.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Right.
Well, my favorite line kind of piggybacks on that. You're never wrong to do the right thing.
There you go.
That's a good one.
So,
there you go.
all right. Well, we are so glad that you were part of our show today. Especially here we are on the 4th of July.
My favorite holiday, by the way.
It is. It's a good one.
My favorite.
My only complaint is that it's on a Tuesday.
I know.
We had to work yesterday, and I've got to go back to work tomorrow. I love to work, but having a day off on a Tuesday, pretty rough. But we'll be okay, folks. Don't you worry.
Talk to your boss about that.
I should.
Yeah.
I should. I'll talk to Matt.
Yeah. Matt Davis, if you're listening, Chamber might be closed the rest of the week. He's probably on vacation too. But no, thank y'all for joining us. And again, if y'all need any more information about this wonderful organization, just call the Chamber or reach out to them on their website. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back.
Lone Star Community Radio is Montgomery County's radio station with talk, music, weather, and traffic for Montgomery County. Have a question, comment about one of our shows? Want to know how to reach a host? Just contact the station on irlonestar.com or call in and leave a message at 936-647-3776. Get involved with your community with Lone Star Community Radio.
And we are back with Chamber Chat. I am one of your hosts, Courtney Galley, the Director of Special Events at the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber.
And this is Brian Bondi, President of the Conroe Lake Conroe Chamber of Commerce. We're so happy to have you listening today. Happy 4th of July out there, Conroe Lake Conroe area. Great conversation.
Yes,
and
that was awesome.
I didn't realize until after we were off the air that one of their most glaring needs for volunteers are men. I mean,
which, now makes sense.
It does make sense,
Yeah.
and I wish we would be able to visit with them and talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, if you're out there and if you've ever thought that you could make a difference in a child's life, this would be the chance to do that. Give CASA a ring and find out more about their program.
How rewarding would that be? I mean, just, again, I think it would change your life more so than you thought.
Yes,
going into
I totally
it than
agree
the kids.
With you on that.
Yeah. Special people for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a cool segment.
Yes.
We've got fresh meat. I mean, we've got interns.
They're like, oh, great.
We have two outstanding high school interns as part of the Education for Tomorrow Alliance summer internship program. So I think the best way to put these two folks on the spot is to have them introduce themselves and tell us in explicit detail all about themselves. Ladies first, because you got about a week under your belt here.
Yes, she has some days ahead of
That's right.
Alex over here. Yeah.
All right, so I'm Michelle. I'm going to be a senior next year at College Park High School. So I have only actually lived in Texas for 2 years because I used to live in Virginia, which a lot different up there. A lot of differences. But
we'll talk about those in a couple of minutes.
Maybe weather related or something like that, probably.
Yeah, but so I've adjusted to Texas pretty well. Occupied with activities like soccer. Soccer takes up most of my time. I'm on rush for soccer, and then I also play for my high school, so that keeps me busy. I like to volunteer in my...
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I volunteer, and then I'm part of a few clubs, honor societies, and then Best Buddies is another club, which you are basically paired up with someone with disabilities, and you just kind of have a good time with them through events and everything like that. Yeah, so that usually takes up all my time, and then school, which that's most of the time.
Yeah.
And also I play music. I play the piano in my free time, which
between midnight and 6.
I used to play a lot more. I used to take lessons and everything, but now just if I don't have anything else to do, which is rare because I usually do.
Any particular kind of music you like to play?
I play Mozart and Beethoven, that kind of music. Right. Yeah, classical.
Nice.
So you need to go, since I used to work there and since our last guest actually did too, to the Pavilion, because they host the Houston Symphony, the Houston Ballet, and the Houston Grand Opera during the summertime. Well, I mean, mainly it's March, April till October. So yeah. And they do some classical shows. Most of the shows there are like pops related, but I mean, it's a great opportunity to have that in your backyard. Yeah, but that you would love that kind of stuff. So yeah.
I started when I was 5, and so
wow.
I stopped when I was about 5th grade or something like that. So I'm a little rusty when I play, but I used to
always. Oh, that was so long ago.
Yeah,
it was.
in her mind, for sure. And I always wanted to learn how to play the piano.
Me too.
And
the guitar.
Yeah. I can play that dun 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 dun, the little thing with your knuckles. That's all I can do.
I can do chopsticks.
Yeah, I can't even do that. I can just do the dun 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 dun, whatever that.
If you watch Big, you can pick up on it, and you do it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, love that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
At the time, I wasn't really grateful for it because I dreaded going to the lessons every week, and my teacher is actually I still don't like her, but she was.
Is she one of our listeners? You think?
I hope not. She lives in Virginia, so I don't think
on the internet.
Yeah. You never know.
What's her name? We'll go ahead and call her out.
Give her a shout out. Yeah,
that's all right.
we can bleep that.
Yeah. But after I quit because I got so busy with everything, I started to miss it. That's why I started trying to pick up on it when I could.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're glad to have you here.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay. Next up.
The next one.
I'm Alex Castro. I go to the Woodlands High School. I'm a rising senior. I really spend most of my time crunched over a textbook or a prep book, but when I'm not, I'm playing tennis or on the debate team doing something like that.
Yeah.
But school takes most of my time up.
Yeah, school and those activities.
So, are you on the debate squad?
I am on the debate squad.
You do Lincoln Douglas or Cross-X?
I do Cross-X. I do policy debate. So I've been doing it since I was a freshman.
Good. Excellent. Do you also do extemporaneous speaking?
I have before, but really I just try to stick with policy debate as much as I can.
So what was your topic this past year?
This past year, I wasn't able really to get much exposure to the topic, but a lot of the things that we researched throughout the year was the surveillance of the federal government. And how much they look into your phone or your emails. So that was really interesting, and you just really get a ton of angles on different issues and different impacts that could happen. So a lot of things, like the surveillance of the federal government, a lot of people don't realize that there are some arguments that not only could it affect privacy, but it could also oppress minorities or people that are already supposedly surveilled.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But that was really cool.
In high school.
Yes.
Good job. Good stuff.
Yes. So, what are your plans for the future?
I want to study finance.
Kelly was really happy when she heard that.
So was George.
Yeah. So, you usually don't get a lot of that with our interns. They're like, what? Yeah. So, I know they were happy. So, finance at...
my dream school is Columbia, so we'll see how that goes this coming year.
Yeah.
They make really good clothes. Oh, no, it's a different Columbia. Never mind. I'm sorry. I digress.
Up in the big city.
Yep. Up in New York.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you were telling us this morning you were just visiting another campus, and I had to tell you I forgave you about that.
So I was at the University of Texas at Austin last week attending Texas Boys State. So it's pretty much just a week full of mock politics. We started at the city level, elected mayors, elected the press, and we pretty much went through the entire process up to electing a governor. And we passed legislature. We went actually to the Capitol, and we met with a bunch of representatives, senators, and we just got different ideas. We met with a senator that actually works with passing bills dealing with kids with autism because his son has autism, and he was talking a lot about there are certain laws in Texas or just specific language that they use in the legislature that pretty much prevents kids from having the same opportunities. So he gave us an example of in PE, his kid, the legislature says if you have a disability, you are not required to participate in PE, but Texas defined disability as physical. So if you're in a wheelchair, you can't play basketball. And his son actually had PE like first period, and he would always have like the rest of his day just like ruined because he couldn't excel in the activities that they put him to do. And so he was actually able through his job to change the legislature to say to include physical and mental disabilities. So now like kids with autism are put in separate physical education activities
that cater to them.
Wow,
that's awesome.
So what did you get elected to a position at Boise
I
State?
was the treasurer for my district.
All right.
Accounting, treasurer, okay,
Yeah,
I can see
makes
that.
sense,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was also I was part of the press for a little bit for the first day. Got some exposure with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was just really cool being a delegate, being able to vote, and just seeing how like everything works from people that are trying to get votes during lunch and going up to everybody and being like, "Hey, will you support me?" up to like the people that are just kind of riding the wave and learning what they can.
Sounds a lot like current politics,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, Michelle, I understand that you spent some time in Europe recently.
I did. So this wasn't my first time in Europe, but it was my first time going to the Netherlands and Belgium, and then the third stop was France. And we've been to France before, but we loved it, so we had to go back.
And I was like, I'm so jealous.
I've been to France before. No,
but so the first stop in Amsterdam, we were only there for 2 days, so it wasn't very long, but it was I like the environment of it. Everybody's riding bikes, so it's I really like the feel of that. And then there's canals everywhere, so we took a boat the first day, even though I was jet lagged, so I was actually asleep on that boat, so I didn't really see much of the views. But yeah, that was the first day we got there, and I wish we could have stayed longer because I just really like the area and everything. After that, we went to Bruges, which is in Belgium, and we also weren't there very long, and I was surprised that after like 7 o'clock you wouldn't see anyone on the streets. So it's kind of a smaller because I'm used to the bigger cities,
right,
like Amsterdam. You're gonna always see people around there, but apparently there's not enough people, or there's not enough houses for people to be there, like so they go back after during the night they leave the area, so that's why I was so quiet there. But I really like that. And then of course the chocolate, because it's in Belgium, gotta like that.
Of course.
We still have some. I'm surprised we still have it, because I would have, if it was just mine, it would have been gone like right when I bought it. But
I don't remember seeing any Belgian chocolate.
Yeah,
Did you see any? I didn't think so.
I haven't seen any come through the door yet.
I don't think so.
And then after that we went to France. Now I can't remember all the names of the places because they're kind of small. But Normandy, I don't know the specific towns, but we went to Normandy, and then just went along the coast, and we did like this Band of Brothers tour, because and that was really interesting. It was a day-long tour, and they took us around significant areas of the time, and then we went to Paris, and that was the longest time because it's Paris. So and I remember I went there in 2012, but that was 5 years ago. So we came back, and it was nice to see the places that we went before, just like as a refresher. And then we visited some other places, and my dad had this book that took us on self-guided tours they lasted like 5 hours, so we had a lot of exercise. Probably like 25,000 steps a day. It was
a lot.
My feet are hurting thinking about that.
Exactly.
I had to sit at the most out of it. Like everybody would kept walking. I'm like, nah, I need another break. I'd take but it was a good experience.
Good.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
A lot of fun.
I've been to Paris. Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas.
You betcha.
I didn't even know there was a Paris, Texas.
There is.
You bet.
Yeah, it's not very far from here. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So what are your plans after high school?
Well, as far as colleges, because I'm not sure. I know that I want to go back to the East Coast for college, but I'm not positive what I want to major in. But the schools that I've been looking at, they're really good. with business. I've been focusing on business this whole time because that was my first interest.
Yep.
At Virginia Tech, and which is my number one choice right now. So and since that's where I lived before, that's where I hope to go back. But at the same time, if I go to Virginia Tech, I feel like I'll be seeing people I know all the time because I grew up there my whole life, and I kind of want a fresh start. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going through my mind about that. Yeah.
But well, y'all could always come back and work at the chamber.
Yeah, of course.
We look forward to that. Well, great. We have really enjoyed y'all being here. I'm hoping y'all learned a lot about the chamber and about our business and our community. And stop by and visit our interns. They'll be here all this week, and Alex will be here next week. So, stop by the chamber and tell them hi, and they'll be out of our events and everything. And we're really grateful to have y'all.
Thank you so much for having us.
Y'all are awesome.
All right.
And we'll be back with Chamber Chat in a few minutes.
Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show. With monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776.
And welcome back to Chamber Chat on Lone Star Community Radio. We had some wonderful guests today, but we want to kind of wrap up the show and let y'all know what's coming up in the next couple of weeks of July.
Can't believe we're in July already, Courtney.
No. I know.
Holy smokes.
Lobster Fest will be here before we know it.
Yesterday was January 1st.
I know. It's crazy. It really has flown by. I don't know where June went. It was in and out like
that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do we have coming up?
So on July 13th, we have Morning Mingle, which is our monthly breakfast. Yes. And I think we're doing speed networking.
Oh, I love that.
That's my favorite one.
That's the best one.
It really is. For people who come, you get to meet everybody there. Plus, if you're kind of shy or timid or whatever, you're only talking to that person for like 10 seconds.
That's right.
But it's really, really fun. I love just watching because it is just really fun. So Morning Mingle at Conroe's Incredible Pizza Company, July 13th at 7:30. Please make your reservations. The food is awesome as well, too.
And it's only $10.
Yeah.
It's a steal.
It really is.
I mean, think about it.
Yes. They do a great job there. So come and see us early in the morning. Then we have our Fun After 5 on July 20th, and it's going to be at the Grand Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Which is also where we're having a special event coming up in August. That's where the Real Men of Montgomery County Style Show is going to be. We're really excited.
What an amazing venue.
Yes, it's so great. And Christy is just awesome out there. So come and see us for a lot of fun after 5 on the 20th. And then on the 27th, we'll be at the Convention Center for Primetime Conroe, Back to Our Future.
Ooh, great Scott.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Marty, you're not going to believe what I just heard.
I'm really excited about it. So this is going to be kind of like a business expo, big fun after 5. Any of our members who joined at our membership event in December or any of our new members this year get to have a booth. And
it's free.
It's free. Yes. Free.
Free.
Yes. So you need to come, have a booth. There's going to be some awards for the best decorated booth because we're asking people to come and dress in their favorite decade.
Yep.
So the chamber staff is going to be totally awesome 80s, right?
Totally awesome.
Totally awesome.
I'm thinking about big hair.
Yes. Yeah, we don't
I'm thinking big hair.
Yes, big hair. A lot of teasing, a lot of fluorescent, maybe.
Leg warmers.
Yes, stuff like that.
Headbands.
Yes. Y'all don't know anything about that, and there'll be prizes for the best dress. So come best dressed. There'll be games. There'll be fun. There'll be food. It's going to be a really, really great time. And getting to know our new members. New members, please take advantage of this opportunity to have a booth at our event. It's going to be awesome. And that event is, again, July 27th from 5:05 to 7 at the Lone Star Convention Center.
And it's a great opportunity to not only meet other people in the community, but let other people in the community know about your business. Doesn't matter if it's a service or manufacturing, anything, this is for you.
Exactly. And it is open to the public. So we would love for everybody in the community to come out and see what businesses are out there in the in our area, because I'm sure there's tons of stuff people don't know about. So.
That's right.
And have a good time for,
a couple hours, right?
Mingling, having fun.
Something to eat, beverages.
Exactly.
Free.
Yes.
Like a friend of mine used to say, if it's free, it's for me.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah. So if you are interested in any of our events, you can find us at conroe.org. You can call us at 936-756-6644 or stop by the chamber office. We're located at 505 West Davis in downtown Conroe. We'd love to see you.
Yeah.
And so we're signing off. Happy Independence Day. And we'll see everybody next month in August.
Thanks for listening to Chamber Chat. Have a great one.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out this podcast of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. If you enjoyed this recording, make sure to check out our past shows online at irlonestar.com or their respective video or podcast formats on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes. If you have any questions regarding the show, either it being about sponsorships or questions for the host, contact the station manager at dick@irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776. This show is recorded in downtown Conroe, Texas at the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, and Lone Star Community Radio reserves all rights to this recording and images.